Hello, people. Thanks for joining me. I'm Scotty D. And this PRS, what I believe to be like one of the custom 24s, except I don't know if it's special or not, but it's got a 5-way here. And it also has something kind of unique about it. It's got Paul Reed's signature on it. 1991. So from what I know about these guitars, they started making this style in like 1985, I want to say. I don't know if this one's a little unique, if it's got a different color than usual. But we're going to do the regular old maintenance on it, and maybe I'll find out a few things while we're working on it. Serial number 97165. Kind of like how Gibson was doing it in 59. They'd put a 9 over here, a little space, and then the serial number. It's got the PRS locking tuners that were typical of the 90s. And it's got the usual bird inlays that most PRSs have. I just got this brand new PRS 25-inch scale fret shield from Sweetwater. This is the Music Nomad fret shield, so this fits perfect. This will come in handy. It looks like there's a little fretwork that needs to be done on it. Let me look at this, the relief in the neck. There it is, the book that got me started in all this. This is about one of the first times I recall seeing a PRS guitar. I got this book back in like 92. I remember going into the Sam Ash, they had an emerald green one that just always caught my eye. It was a good looking guitar. We've got very little relief in the center of the neck. It's more like 3/1000ths of an inch. It's a pretty flat fretboard, but we got some pretty flat frets. So I think we'll do a little bit of understring leveling. I might be detecting a little bit of a ski jump too. Whenever I'm checking out a new guitar and I'm looking at the neck, I always keep this diagram in my memory bank. Up here from the 12th fret forward, it should be flat. And then here in the middle of the neck, we should have a little relief like I was talking about, which we do. But the problem is up here on this guitar, and I'll show you why. So it should be flat here, right? According to everything we know, it should be flat. There shouldn't be relief. It does seem flat over here on the treble side. Let's look at the bass side. So the treble side looked good, but look at here on the bass side. There's like a relief here on the bass side. Maybe it was just that one fret. Maybe we just have a weird low fret right here, is all that is. I did notice that the high E string buzzes right around here too. So we might have some low frets. Just the occasional low fret is what we might have here. Either way, let's give it a level. I like to level it at full string tension. I use this fret bar from Stu Mac. It takes a minute to do it this way, but it's worth it. I get some really nice results. 120 wasn't doing squat, so I just put a strip of 120 on here. Oh, you can hear the grit. Oh, it's gritty. Make some quick work with this 120 grit. here at the top of the fretboard, it's nice to have a little extra fall away. Pretty good amount of fret dust. I knew this guitar was a little unique. It has like a 5/16 Gibson truss rod. 5/16 acorn nut, just like a Gibson. I can't say I've ever seen that before, but these tuners, what's going on with these? Yeah, these tuners are definitely odd. I've never seen anything like this before. There's like a flat spot milled into each shaft, and you have to press on the thing, and kind of weird. Yeah, sorry guys. If you're looking for the channel with the guy who already knows everything, that's not my channel. I'm still learning a lot. Like all the time, I'm always learning about these things. I just learn as they come in. I learn about them. Now, I'm going to take the snap file. I'm going to snap it on in there. I'm going to mill down top here just a little bit extra. Just make sure I get that fall away I'm looking for. I'm actually going to lower this pickup a little bit more. It's kind of a weird set of strings. Like every other ball is purple. So you got the E was purple, the A was gold, brass, D purple, G brass, B purple. What kind of strings are these? Let me know. Now this is the fun part. The recrowning of the frets. I use this one because I'm fast with it. I do have all the old recrowning files too. Got the centered Z file. I also have the offset. This thing is like $100-something bucks. But no, this little $6 file is the one that I work the quickest with. Watch. I just use my fingers as a guide. Brand new fret guard, fret shield. It's not new anymore. What a dee, what a time, what a do, what a dee. And you know, a lot of guys, they take a Sharpie marker and they draw a blue line or a pink line on the top of the frets so they can keep track of exactly where they're at with the crowning. And the reason I don't do that is because my next step, the polishing step, just kind of homogenizes everything for me. So I really just, what I'm doing here is just kind of quickly taking off that sharp corner that I created when I leveled them with the flat file. See all those fret particles that I cleaned off the file? A lot of times those same particles end up over here and on my neck rest, so I like to vacuum it off at this point because them particles can scratch the paint on the neck. Next, I like to take the diamond snap file, put it in there. I like to take a little bit of this Dynaglide and get it on the file. And then I'm going to take all those scratches away by going this way. I'll flatten the top slightly at this point. You know, I just crowned them. Now why am I flattening them back out? Just a little bit. The next thing I do is going to put more of a crown on it anyway, so I'll do this for a few minutes. Next, I'm going to start polishing them. And you might think it's weird, but I do not tape off around each fret and go this way because it hurts my hands. So I found out from Mike McConville, you can actually do it this way. This is 320 free cut sandpaper. It's a bullnose block with a pad on it. You can get those from String Tech, or you can make one yourself. I'll go through each grit and I'll turn the sandpaper a few times, make sure I get a fresh surface. To the 320 I do the maroon Scotch Brite. This really gets in there and gets the fret down closer to the outer edges of each crown. And if you don't have a fret shield, you can still do this because you're going with the grain of the wood. You won't put any weird looking scratches in the wood. If you do this without a fret shield and you skip one of these grits, you could have a problem though. You need to work your way through all the grits in order. It should all be P grade sandpaper. And this is 400 P grade free cut from StewMac. It's a 600 grit P grade wet sandpaper from StewMac. And I'll go 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 15, and 2000. And that's all the wet sandpaper. P grade sandpaper. 800 grit sandpaper. 1000 grit sandpaper. A Scotch Brite pad. And guess what, guys? If the power goes out, I can do all this without electricity. That's right. No power tools needed to polish your fret. And you don't even need to use that much elbow grease. You can use your whole body. You can go back and forth on your legs if you want. 1200 grits. 1500. 2000. Sandpaper. Steel wool. Double lot steel wool. This is the only step I actually pinch it between my fingers, so it doesn't hurt my hands that bad. Well, the other thing, like I like to use gloves because I don't like that gray fret dust all over my fingers. Some people don't mind, but Naphtha to clean. You can scrub it with a toothbrush too. Really get in there. Lemon oil. Anybody get any of that Mohawk fingerboard oil yet that I've been talking about? Let me know if you like it. It's really nice. Just a couple drops, man. Just a few drops. It's got a little bit of a Danish oil thing going for it. Look inside this little house of mysteries. The 5-way rotary switch. Maybe we'll start to figure out what it does. But we did have some really scratchy pots, so I want to clean those out. A lot of wires. It's actually not that crazy. It's the 5-way. It just allows for some weird series parallel and coil tapping to go on, and coil splitting in the middle 3 positions. So in the first and 5th position, it's just humbucker bridge and humbucker neck, but then when you get into the 2nd through 4th position there, the ones in the middle, they'll be using these coil taps and things to get different sounds. He likes these Ernie balls 9 through 42. Believe me, guys, I've tried the fret level crown and polish method that is common, where you go against the grain of the wood and you use masking tape. But just the act of tearing all the tape or cutting all the tape and putting it in there, it just the fine manipulation of the with my fingers tends to swell up the old arthritis a little bit, so I opt not to use any tape at all. And most of the times, these old fretboards, these old rosewood boards, on them old Gibsons that I usually work on, they need to be cleaned off, and the sandpaper does that for me. Sometimes I have to use a razor blade and scrape off some of that crap. Alright. There we go. Well, we're going to be able to hear this baby if I can figure out how to work these tuners. These machines are wild. There's like a flat spot. When you start turning it, it kind of locks in. Does it cut the string for you? Better cut the string for you. Did that work? What's going on here? Alright. See, you get it where the flat spot is on the inner. And then once the string is in, maybe I lock it down. locking it down doesn't do anything. Guess you just got to start turning it, and then it locks itself. So I got this one recently. I got it on a trade. I used to have that Silver Sky SE, and now this one's the 24, or the Custom 24. I've really never had a 24 fretter before. I'm pretty happy with it. The Silver Sky was great. I mean, it was for blues. I mean, it was just amazing, but I'm more of a headbanger, so this guitar suits me a little better. It's got the basic 3-way switching, volume and tone, and then it has coil tap the bridge and coil tap the neck. So it's okay. I like it. I'll keep it for now. It's a little different, I think, on the body shape than this old one. Just a little more flat. It's not as carved as deeply, I don't think. So we have the neck. We have the bridge. And then we have all these in-betweens. We've got parallel with some coil tapping going on. And then right in the middle we got these, like they're in series. And then we have another coil tapped in parallel. Kind of spanky. Thanks for tuning in and hanging around, guys. I hope to catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you later.